And the cookie crumbles once again. Pranav, we have you here with us, Chelsea fan, bro. कैसा लग रहा है यार? Chelsea crumble again, dude.
Back to back.
Don't ask. No comments. No comments on this. Like literally no comments on this.
Like away games का मतलब ऐसा issues हो गया है, वैसा सीन लग रहा है यार Chelsea का.
No, it's not about away games also. It's just, I think, just tactical issues or tactical problems because a lot of players have been playing off position and all of that. Like last evening also, we got
Correct.
on Pulisic who was playing fucking right wing back or something. And I was like, kya ho raha hai?
And
Like,
bro,
why is Pulisic playing right wing back?
the moment he came on, मतलब उसने कुछ ऐसा difference लाया, ऐसा भी नहीं लगा. In fact, he was losing balls, committing silly fouls, giving away balls to them. ऐसा full kill कर रहा था play, ऐसा लग रहा था यार पुलिसिक का वो
भाई
coming on.
पुलिस कभी भी
This
इन्फ्लुएंशियल
what
नहीं रहा है,
happens.
कभी भी.
No. So in the attacking third, when I remember when he used to play on the left wing, this was especially during the whole the Lampard and the
Transfer
Tuchel
ban
season. Yeah,
season.
when Lampard and then Tuchel came in, he was very influential, very
Correct.
influential. But because he was playing in his favored position also, like he was playing on the left wing, he was being allowed that freedom to roam around in the
Correct.
top three space. So he was always switching with. At that time, we had Abraham, or he was always switching with Havertz or someone. So he had that freedom to move around. But then this season, I don't know what is going on with the whole
Bro, this
tactics
season
where
ही I feel प्रणव कि उसका वो जर्सी नंबर चेंज होने के पहले तक उसमें वो एक जैज था ब्रो. जर्सी नंबर जब से चेंज करके उसने लिया है, उसका वो फुल ऐसा डिपिंग डाउन वाला ट्रेन हो गया है सीन.
So I think it's with a couple of players, right? Not just Pulisic, but I know, for example, even Havertz or Mount or someone, they've also not been playing where ZH also, I remember. So not playing up to the level that they should be playing at because of various things. That it could be man management, it could be
Correct.
tactics, could be playing them out of positions. So the
Correct.
various factors, right? I mean, we don't really know much because
बट
we're supporters and we're viewers on the back end.
बट एक क्वेश्चन है मेरा कि जब टूशेल फर्स्ट टाइम आया था चेल्सी में, जब लैम्पार्ड को सैक किया गया था, उसके बाद भी
Correct.
वो पोजीशंस चेंज करता था प्लेयर्स का. इट्स नॉट लाइक कि ये इस सीजन उसने स्टार्ट किया. वो लास्ट टू
Correct.
लास्ट सीजन भी ये चीज करता था, उसके पहले भी ये चीज करता था. तो मेरे को ये चीज नहीं समझ में आता कि इस सीजन इतना ज्यादा डाउनफॉल क्यों हो रहा है. बिकॉज मेरे को लास्ट 5 to 6 years में ऐसा याद नहीं है कि चेल्सी इतना ज्यादा स्ट्रगल कर रहा था स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द सीजन.
So
True that.
I'll tell you what. See, for example, I know when Tuchel came in, he was trying to figure out which player fits in for the best slot. But
Correct.
it was never a
His
case
playing
where
11.
he would play, a winger as a right wing back, or he would play,
हाँ.
let's say, a number 6 as, a right winger,
हाँ.
something like that. So that wasn't the case. He used to play around with midfielders in the midfield position itself, right? So basically, you're
Correct.
kind of keeping the players in their positions, maybe not in the favorite position, but trying to switch, see where they fit in, and so on and so
Here
forth.
and there. Correct.
So that is still okay, right? But you cannot play someone out of position. Like you can't play your, number 10 as a right wing back, or you can't play
Correct.
your left winger as a holding midfielder. That's not possible.
ब्रो
It's like
हमने लास्ट चेल्सी पॉडकास्ट भी जो तेरे साथ करा था, हमने हमने हडसन ओडोय, रूबन लॉफ्टस चीक,
Exactly,
यही
yeah.
क्रिस्टियन प्यूलिसिक जिसका हम लोग अभी बात कर रहे हैं, सबका ये चीज बोला था कि वो लोग
Correct.
विंग बैक की पोजीशन पे ला रहा है. ऐसा हाउ कैन दैट बी फेयर ऑन देम यार? दे आर ऑल, मतलब एटलीस्ट प्यूलिसिक एंड हडसन ओडोय आर आउट एंड आउट विंगर्स हु एंटर दैट बॉक्स
Correct.
एरिया एंड दे ट्राई टू whip in crosses और फिनिश द गोल देमसेल्फ. तो उनका गेम स्टाइल ही तू थोड़ा उनका चेंज करवा रहा है आउट ऑफ पोजीशन खिला के. तो ये चीज मतलब मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा क्या सीन करने देख रहा है वो. एंड
मेरे को
आई
ऐसा
फेल्ट लाइक रीस जेम्स वाज अ बिग मिस यस्टरडे ब्रो.
टोटली. बट भाई एस्पिलिक्वेटा वाज
No,
प्लेइंग गुड
James is
यस्टरडे.
always.
एस्पिलिक्वेटा ने एक दो बॉल्स डाले भी थे अंदर, जो एक हावर्ट्स ने मिस किया.
भाई हावर्ट्स का हेडर एस्पिलिक्वेटा नहीं तो डाला था यार.
एग्जैक्टली. एस्पिली वाज प्लेइंग रियली गुड, बट उसको सब्स करके पुलिसिक को लाना वाज नॉट अ गुड आइडिया. और टॉकिंग
एग्जैक्टली
अबाउट
Hey,
मतलब
but Aspi
हडसन ओडोय
actually,
मेरे को
if
याद
you
ही नहीं
see
है.
the first goal that we conceded, right? The first goal that we conceded, It
Correct.
was Aspie who conceded the corner. It was Aspie who gave who went for the clearance, which is not a very good
Hmm.
clearance because it fell right into the Southampton player's foot, and that's how it led to a goal. Right, as
Correct.
simple as that. Because Lavia, I think, struck the first goal, and it
Yes.
went right to Lavia. Like he cleared it,
हाँ.
went to Lavia. Right, he took his time and smacked it.
Sure.
उसको ऐसे ही था कि
So
तू आके शॉट
Aspie,
मार ले करके, और उसको शॉट मारने मिल गया इजी, बट मेंडी भी हार्ड लग गया, हाथ पे लग के चला गया, बट
हाँ
उसका स्ट्राइक में पावर इतना था कि
he
जाना ही था
actually
ऊपर.
no he that should have been a save, honestly. Like when you're at that level, right? When you're a
I
number
was
one
being
I
keeper
modest,
for
bro.
a
agree.
I
top
was
side.
being
I agree.
modest. I was
I
being
agree.
modest.
No, I mean, like modest, you can be modest, but the thing is, what is a mistake, right?
True, true,
या
true.
He
बिकॉज
should have saved
भाई
that
डिहाया अगर
on a
कुछ
top
छोटा भी
side.
मिस्टेक करता है तो उसको इतना ज्यादा कंट्रोवर्सी में डाल देते हैं लोग.
See, I understand if it had it been a goal which was, in the bottom corner or the top corner, which
Correct.
was unsavable, or let's say beyond
Correct.
the reach. It
Right.
cannot hit your hand and go in, right? Especially when you're
Totally,
putting a
totally.
palm to it. That is expected,
Correct.
that
Correct.
being a first choice keeper for, let's say, a top four side, right? One of the best teams in Europe, you have to kind of get at that level. So he's been making a lot of mistakes, right? A lot of unforced errors. Against Leeds, he fucked up a couple of times.
Correct. Against
Against
Leeds,
Leicester, he was solid, but then we had a couple of shaky moments again. Yesterday
moments.
again, he was kind of caught out of position or positioning and so on and so forth. So in that case, if I look at Kepa, right? Kepa, when he came in to what he's done, let's say, or how he's moved up in the past couple of years, he's really improved as a keeper. His handling, his positioning, all of that. And in penalties, of course, we know that he's very, very good. But even his positioning is much better. Like his positioning while keeping
Okay.
much, much better. Right? His handling could be a little shaky. Uh, his dictation of his defense might be a little shaky. But he has to be given those chances to kind of move up. And I think that Tuchel should, for 1 or 2 games, he should drop Mendy to kind of give him the message that, okay, listen, if you are not
Push
up
for it.
to the
Yeah.
mark, or if you're not to this level, you will be sub, irrespective. Like you could be
Correct.
a captain for your national team. You could be the number one keeper for Chelsea, let's say 2 years ago and last year, and probably this thing. But these sort of errors are not expected
But I
from
think I think it
someone
is
who's
happening.
competing for the title.
It is happening because of the defenders, I guess. Because
शॉट्स
मेंडी,
काफी खुलने मिल रहा है बे.
हाँ एग्जैक्टली, और
शॉट्स काफी
मेंडी
खुलने मिल
मेंडी का
रहा है.
वो सिनर्जी भी नहीं अभी तक आया है विथ कोलिबाली, विथ कुकुरेया.
Yeah, maybe the
So it's
defense
a
line
new
is new. Some
backline, right?
communication
It's a
error.
completely
Communication
new
errors.
backline. So Thiago worked well with Rudiger, and last year we had Chaloba who used to come in and out. You had Aspie who
Correct.
used to play in that three. So the coordination between the three was really, really good. Now you have Koulibaly who's come in, who's a completely different player. He needs
New
time to
player.
settle
Yeah.
in, right? Two,
Right.
3 games. If you remember when Thiago Silva also came in, right? The first 3, 4 games,
Yeah.
he was
He was
shaky
bullied
as
in the
fuck.
Premier League. He was shown as he's very slow and everything.
Correct.
You are right, bro.
Correct.
ये
He was
हुआ था
bullied
scene.
as fuck, right? And people were just outright just writing him off, saying that, okay, what a terrible
Correct.
signing and all of that.
Correct.
And 3 games later, people were talking that, oh my God, Thiago Silva, probably one of the best defenders in the world. Right? It
भाई
got to
उसने
that
कल
level.
भी
So I think
ब्रो कल भी उसने वो मोमेंट
गोल
दिखाया,
लाइन
वो जो
क्लियर,
लाइन पे सेव निकाला है सानी, मतलब you guys
एक्सपीरियंस.
were lucky. मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि
not
चेल्सी गेम
just
पे हम
that, right?
लोग
Even his positional play and all of that. He's not, so we know he's not the quickest because, of course, he's 37 now, right?
Yeah.
Turning 38 next month. So we know he's not the quickest, but his positional play is so good. Like he can read attacks, he can read the game so well. So his experience counts for a lot. So I think
Right.
Koulibaly should be given a little more time. It's just been 4 games in the league, and like I said, he's playing with a new set of players. We know what he did in Serie A,
Yeah.
right? And the partnerships that he formed. So I think he just needs to be given a little more time, maybe another 2, 3, 4 games to settle in, understand how it works. With maybe Thiago, and now Fofana is coming in
करेक्ट.
supposedly,
तो
and we're
खाना को भी अभी वो
bidding for
टाइम निकाल
Varidol.
गया है.
So honestly, I'm a little lost when it comes to the whole transfer strategy, because we have Chaloba, we're not using Chaloba. Like Chaloba can fit in very, very easily in that three. Right?
Back
Against
three.
Leicester,
Yeah.
he fit in very, very well. He got bullied a couple of times by Vardy, I won't lie. Like he
Correct.
got caught out a couple of times, in physicality, positioning. But like I said, these players, they need chances, right? They need to go up against tough teams. They need to go up against tough
Yeah.
opponents so that they
नहीं
learn
नहीं
from
ब्रो,
that.
ट्रेवो चलोवा, even I believe he has got a lot of potential. वो खेलते जाएगा, he's gonna only develop more and more.
Right.
Correct. So like I said, I don't know with the tactics how it's going because a lot of players playing out of positions, lot of players not happy. Yesterday, when I was watching the Chelsea game, right? So I was also kind of seeing the updates from the Bundesliga, and Timo scored a hat trick yesterday.
Correct,
So
bro. Timo scored a hat trick
right.
yesterday.
So it goes on to show that when a player is unhappy or when he's not happy with the tactics or the manager or
Correct.
how he's being
Absolutely, I
handled,
agree.
it goes on to affect a lot of things at the back of someone's mind, right?
Correct.
Especially their psyche, which is so important. Like confidence is a big
Absolutely.
factor, I think, when you're playing at the top leagues, top clubs. So Timo yesterday and all his goals, if you look at all his goals, such well taken goals, positioning and his runs and everything, it was like seeing Timo. Like this was Timo,
That's how he
like
plays.
vintage
Yeah.
Timo, yeah, vintage Timo. Like when he played for Leipzig before he joined Chelsea, it was vintage Timo. So I was really happy to kind of see that. So it also kind of shows that okay, we're missing out on something where something, right? It could be that small nick or
अबे
maybe a little
एग्जैक्टली
bit of
प्रणव,
tweaking.
अपन ने लास्ट पॉडकास्ट में भी ये चीज मैं जैसे क्वेश्चन करा भी था पूछते हुए कि ऐसा क्यों होता है कि जब भी तुम्हारा वो प्लेयर जो तुम्हारे में स्ट्राइक नहीं किया या ही डिडंट डू वेल, बट द मोमेंट ही गोज बैक टू हिज ओल्ड क्लब और द क्लब दैट ही गोज टू अ न्यू प्लेस टू, वो अच्छा खेलने लग जाता है. तो मतलब कुछ तो समथिंग इज मिसिंग और लैकिंग, समथिंग that we don't know about yet. We don't know what the exact point is that they are like. I really agree or accept the fact that कि उनका वो पर्सनल मोरल की वजह से ये अफेक्शन हो सकता है कि they are down mentally, कि they are not confident, they are not supported by the manager or given the man management love that they require maybe कि नहीं भाई तू है अपना special player, this is how we value you and you value the club values you this way. तो वो अगर वो लोग नहीं फील करता है तो उनके परफॉर्मेंस में भी शायद टर्न अप हो जाता है कि दे आर नॉट कमिंग आउट विद द नंबर्स और गिविंग दोज मैच विनिंग परफॉर्मेंसेस. और अपन देख रहे हैं अभी, जैसे तू टीमो का बोल रहा है कि आज उधर जाते ही अभी हैट्रिक भी हो गया उसका, एंड दैट्स लाइक विंटेज टीमो, बैंग ऑन. जिस चीज के लिए तुम लोग शायद उसको लाए थे चेल्सी, बट वो चेल्सी में वैसा नहीं कर पाया.
Correct.
And Lukaku is also playing good in Inter.
एग्जैक्टली. सो समथिंग्स रॉन्ग. बट अपन कल के मैच पे, चेल्सी के इस पे आते हैं soon. Let's cover the other three matches that happened yesterday. Crystal Palace again go for a
Brilliant,
draw,
guys.
although they are playing so good, dude.
Brilliant,
मतलब
brilliant.
मेरा का इतना तारीफ सब हो रहा है, but when I see the table, 5 games, 5 points, that's it. मतलब थोड़ा strange लग रहा है. Like they are playing good, but they are not getting points outside of it. Like लिवरपूल से एक ड्रॉ निकाला, ठीक है. सिटी को पहले 2 गोल मारा, but then didn't take any point. Now yesterday also they went up. Zaha scored a superb goal, but then Brentford late equalizer डाल दिया.
Zaha is brilliant. So a lot of people say that his United stint didn't play out, and they write him off a lot. But he's
Correct.
contributed so much to the Palace squad in
Totally.
terms of being that pivot in front,
True
in
that,
terms of
man.
his attacking play, holding up, and he's quick, right? He's very quick. He's physically
Absolutely,
very strong.
yeah.
Brings a lot to the whole Palace attack. So I feel very
मैंने पहले भी
underrated.
बोला है भाई,
Very underrated.
विल्फ्रेड ज़ाहा is a legend of Crystal Palace.
हाँ. अरे ब्रो, मैं ये ज़ाहा के इस पे भी बात करना चाहता हूँ प्रणव तेरे से कि yesterday the commentator was even mentioning that since Conor Gallagher चेल्सी से जा रहा है पैलेस, तो ऐसा कुछ लोन ऑप्शन लाइक ज़ाहा कमिंग टू चेल्सी, मतलब आई डोंट नो क्या पॉसिबिलिटी है इसका, या हो सकता है या नहीं करके. पर ये चीज सुन के मैं जरा शॉक हो गया कि यार चेल्सी अगर आएगा, मतलब अपन बात करें ज़ाहा की जो सिंगल हैंडेडली पैलेस को मतलब कुछ गेम्स में वो मैजिक दिखा के पॉइंट्स दिला देता है, तो अगर ये चीज अगर चेल्सी आए, मतलब इट्स द डेडलाइन डे, एनीथिंग कैन हैपन. आई एम वेरी मच श्योर दैट चेल्सी का 1-2 साइनिंग तो अनाउंस होने ही वाला है डेडलाइन डे पे. इट माइट बी ओबामेयांग, इट माइट बी समबडी एल्स, इट लाइक ज़ाहा का भी न्यूज़ भी आया.
See, so I really feel that we really need a number 9, right?
नंबर
Or
Most
we
9.
will
likely.
struggle. We will struggle. I'm telling you. I saw Havertz play yesterday, and I don't know what to do.
He's
I
playing
just don't know what to
terrible.
do.
He's playing terrible.
No, it was bad. So the thing is, I understand that okay, don't get into scoring positions or you don't actually score, right? But the fact that, okay, you can bring your entire team involved in the game, that is what is really, really important. So he's not checking any of those boxes. Right now, he's just floating ahead. And coming back to the whole Timo thing, why Timo didn't really succeed here, right? Because in Leipzig, if you look at his position, he plays
Correct.
as a center forward, but he's allowed that freedom to roam
To
around
move
on
around.
either of the flanks, right? So he is sometimes on the left, on the right, in the center, depending on how, you know, wherever the ball is coming from or wherever the defenders are placed. So he's given that freedom. At Chelsea, he was always placed on the wing, always in the left wing. And Havertz was always in that false nine position.
Correct.
So those are the little tweaks and those are the little tactics that we talk about. That freedom is very, very important. You need to know, like, for example, like I said, with Lukaku also, Kante got it right because he knew exactly how Lukaku plays, right? He's not the quickest. He is not the, he's not nimble-footed at all, nothing. But he's physical. He brings, he plays off the last defender. So which means that if he plays as the last defender, someone else can,
Has
get
to make
through
that
or
run.
someone else can
Yeah.
benefit. So which is why he played Lautaro and Lukaku as, two strikers. And it paid off, it paid off really, really well. So a lot of it depends on, man management. It depends on how the managers, tweak their players, use their players to the best of their abilities. So that is, I think, what is missing.
पर मुझे पता नहीं यार, काफी हद तक लगता है कि अगर लुकाकू होता ना, वो जो तू टू स्ट्राइकर रोल बोल रहा है, आई थिंक लुकाकू एंड स्टर्लिंग वुड हैव डन अ गुड जॉब मैन, बिकॉज स्टर्लिंग्स गॉट द पेस एंड द एबिलिटी टू रन पास्ट द डिफेंडर्स, और लुकाकू वो
Oh,
मैन
100%.
को रखेगा और वो एक टर्न पे रिलीज कर दिया स्टर्लिंग को, तो स्टर्लिंग आइदर स्कोर्स और ही स्क्वायर्स इट ऑफ बैक टू लुकाकू अगेन.
Correct.
Like that kind of a number 9 is what you need now in the window, और तुम्हारे
And
पास था
Yeah.
वैसा नंबर
Yeah.
9,
and
और
Sterling
तुम
is
लोग एक
playing
नए
good.
नंबर 9 के लिए जा रहे हो.
Sterling is playing good. मतलब कल के मैच में मेरे
He's
को
playing well. He's
Sterling का
playing
ही
very, very well.
performance
But
ऐसा
Sterling
लगा
also
जो
is a little wasteful, by the way.
Huh?
He's a little wasteful also, Sterling.
Yeah, yesterday he wasted also a lot
He's
of crosses, like in a
Yeah.
good
He could
positions
have
वो
he could have scored
right
at least
decisions
about
नहीं
3
make
goals
किया.
yesterday. He could have scored at least 3 goals yesterday. He ended up scoring one, which was a well taken goal, very, very well taken goal. But he was a little wasteful also, right?
एक
And you
एक
cannot
एक I
be, like I
remember
said,
before scoring that goal itself, he had like one or two beautiful chances जो ऐसा वो सीधा कीपर के
yeah,
हाथ में मारा या
correct,
पास
correct,
नहीं किया स्क्वायर ऑफ करके जो दूसरा प्लेयर स्कोर कर सकता था. वही बोल रहा हूँ, डिसीजन
right,
मेकिंग में he can also be much better than what he should be.
correct,
So anyhow,
correct.
next match की
So
तरफ बढ़ते हैं कल के इसमें. भाई Fulham man, this guy
Mitrovic,
Mitrovic is like banging goals left, right and center.
already
उसका 100
scored
goals तो Fulham भी हो
scored
गया
5
last week.
goals.
क्या बोल रहा है? Yeah, already
Already
scored
scored
5
5.
goals. 100 goals plus for Fulham already. This guy
भाई
is like a menace in the box यार. और कल Fulham ने mainly मैं इसलिए बात कर रहा हूँ कि Brighton का first loss, मतलब we are not talking about Brighton as a huge team, but they have been playing well
yeah.
since the start of the season, और first loss मिला है उनका. So
but own
credit to
goal
Fulham man, they
specialist
look
ने गोल मारा
exciting.
भाई.
क्या बोल रहा है?
Own goal specialist ने गोल मारा. Lewis Dunk.
That's why I put him on the picture. Lewis Dunk इसलिए मैंने पिक्चर में डाला है कि ओन गोल मार दिया भाई ने.
और क्या
भाई बट
गोल
ओन
था
गोल में
वो?
फिर से शिवांक, तेरा यूनाइटेड प्लेयर एंड्रेस पेरेरा ने डाला था वो जो ओन गोल लग के गया है लुइस डंक को. तू यूनाइटेड लिंकअप्स दिखाना नहीं चाहता क्योंकि सेफ बेट अर्जेंटीना जर्सी पहन के आ गया आज.
Lisandro Martinez.
Shivank is playing safe. Shivank is just in case we lose last game. Say, oh yeah, I wore Argentina.
Bro, but Fulham से याद आया प्रणव, since we have you here, तेरे पे ही bang 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 questions आते जा रहा है. Willian looks like he's
Oh,
joined or
yeah.
playing on loan.
He's joined, yeah, he's joined Willian.
So Willian का क्या सीन लग रहा है, मतलब will he add any value to the team? I feel like Mitrovic को काफी और chances बना के दे सकता है वो, with Andreas Pereira and Willian in the midfield. They look little bit like decent quality in their mid.
So he would definitely add a lot of experience to the squad. Definitely, yes. At Arsenal, I think a lot of things went off for him, and plus he was off form and all of that. So it'll be interesting to see how they kind of use him. Of course, he's going to play on the wings, goes without saying.
Correct.
But how he's going to contribute is something that we'll have to see. He's definitely going to bring that more direct approach to attacks, because he runs in the box, right? And someone like Mitrovic definitely can benefit from that. But Mitrovic also, I remember when Fulham got promoted to the Premier League, right? So a lot of people just went, oh, Mitrovic, he's going to come play 38 games, score nothing, and go back to the Championship. But yeah, I think this season
I mean,
he's
that's
just
what happened
been
last time when he came with Fulham, but this
correct,
time he's
correct,
doing
correct,
wrong.
correct.
मतलब last time के goal tally से वो already surpass कर चुका है. Last time he
Yeah,
scored only 4 goals. ये
4
already
goals.
अभी
Yeah.
ये time 5 goals आ चुका है इसका.
But
और
if you
he's looking
compare that to
strong, bro.
his championship statistics, he scored 23 or 24 goals or something, and I'm like, what?
Bro, वो तो उस टाइम पे, ये टाइम पे वो रिकॉर्ड बनाया 40 प्लस
40
गोल्स मार के आया
40
चैंपियनशिप
goals
में.
this season, yeah. 40,
वो
I
तो
think
ही
41
इज
if I'm
लुकिंग
not
रेड
wrong.
हॉट. और मार्को सिल्वा का जैसा टीम खेल रहा है फुलम का, एवरीथिंग लुक्स लाइक इट्स गोइंग थ्रू मिट्रोविच's वे ओनली, एंड दैट्स व्हाई दे आर एडिंग, मतलब वो क्वालिटी पावर की. एंड्रेस पेरेरा लाया वो लोग ने, सिंस उन लोग का वो मेन मिडफील्डर फैबियो अपना कार्वालो गया इधर लिवरपूल पे, तो वो लोग ने एंड्रेस पेरेरा लाया, अभी विलियन ला रहा है क्वालिटी. सो दे लुक एक्साइटिंग ब्रो. आर्सेनल के गेम में भी ये लोग ने परेशान किया था आर्सेनल को ब्रो. आर्सेनल एंड में निकाला वो विक्ट्री 2-1. सो they look pretty decent,
तो
man.
आफ्टर 4
They
वीक्स
don't
ना,
look like the team.
अभी तक
They
ये
don't look
बहुत
like the team.
अनसर्टेन
हाँ
है. आफ्टर
हाँ.
4 गेम वीक अभी तक ये बहुत ज्यादा अनसर्टेन है कि कौन सा टीम ऐसा लग रहा है कि रेलीगेट हो सकता है,
पर
बिकॉज
ये टीम मेरे को
एवरी
लग
टीम
नहीं
इज
रहा यार
प्लेइंग सो
शिवांग
गुड
रेलीगेट
राइट
होगा.
नाउ. नॉटिंघम फॉरेस्ट, फुलहैम, साउथहैम्पटन आल्सो, जो मैं सोच रहा था कि शायद रेलीगेट हो सकता है, वो अभी चेल्सी को हरा दिया यार उसने.
नहीं बे.
तो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू से कि कौन अभी रेलीगेट
प्रेडिक्ट
हो सकता है. एंड
रेलीगेशन
स्टिल
फाइट वाला
अभी
अभी तक
4
5
वीक ही
गेम्स
हुए
के
हैं
बाद भी
वैसे.
ऐसे समझ नहीं आ रहा है.
हाँ,
ओनली बोनमत फेवरेट्स लग रहा है
राइट
मेरे को फिलहाल
राइट
तो.
राइट. स्कॉट पार्कर अगेन सैक्ड.
And bang on, we are back again with the Chelsea link up. That Lampard with yet another
गॉर्डन.
draw. Having Pranav here with us, मतलब Chelsea का link up bang 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 हर गेम में आ ही रहा है कैसे ना कैसे.
Anthony
भाई इसका
Gordon.
मतलब क्या सीन ब्रो. एवर्टन के साथ पहले तो हारा 1-2 गेम, फिर उसके बाद अभी 3 गेम्स इन रो शायद ड्रॉ कर रहा
ड्रॉ
है.
ड्रॉ.
तो इट्स लाइक गॉर्डन ही है उसमें. 2 गेम बैक टू बैक ठोका है, और एक गेम में इट वाज डेमारा ग्रे हु गिव देम द लेट इक्वलाइजर. सो ही इज जस्ट लाइक सर्वाइविंग कि मुझे सैक मत करो एवर्टन प्लीज.
मुश्किल है, बट ऑनेस्टली अगर मैं बोलूँ ना, बहुत मुश्किल है अभी लैम्पार्ड को स्टे करना, एवर्टन के
आई
साथ
आल्सो
स्पेशली.
भाई, मतलब अभी वो लोग ने नील मॉप पे साइन किया है, कुछ कुछ साइनिंग्स कर रहे हैं, बट लैम्पार्ड
बहुत
कनेक्शन के
मुश्किल
अलावा
है.
दूसरा कनेक्शन ये भी है कि चेल्सी इज वेरी मच इंटरेस्टेड ऑन एंथनी ये
एंडी
गॉर्डन
गॉर्डन.
आल्सो.
बट
गॉर्डन
लास्ट
के
डे
लिए
है.
भी तो लोग चेस आउट करने देख रहा है.
लास्ट
तो
डे चेल्सी एक एक ना एक साइन तो कर रहे हैं, बट आई डोंट थिंक सो गॉर्डन को बेचेंगे ये लोग एवर्टन.
एवर्टन यार बेचा तो भी बहुत ज्यादा पैसा लेने वाला है यार. इजी मनी
मुश्किल
में
है.
तो नहीं देगा.
ओबामेंग
No,
फिर
they
भी मेरे
can't
को लगता है कि
sell
हो सकता है.
Gordon. They absolutely cannot sell Gordon because they don't have anyone in attack anymore.
एग्जैक्टली.
They had
एग्जैक्टली ब्रो,
Richarlison
मतलब
last year.
या
Right now, Richarlison isn't there. So if they sell Gordon, that's it, like game over.
इट्स
They're
डन,
not going
मतलब वो लोग
to.
खत्म हो जाएगा.
बट मैं अगर ऑनेस्टली तेरे को बताऊं ना, एवर्टन टीम इज रियली गुड. अगर डीसीएल खेले विथ नील मोपे, दे डोंट नीड एंथोनी गॉर्डन. अगर
नहीं
वो
नहीं
अगर
भाई,
सेल
एंथनी
भी कर
गॉर्डन
देता है
उनका
तो
वो
कोई दिक्कत नहीं,
क्रिएटिव
बट
वो
डीसीएल
क्रिएटिव
इज नॉट
आउटलेट है
फिट
रे
इनफ
शिवांग को
यार.
उनका.
मतलब वो लास्ट सीजन से मैंने देखा ही नहीं है उसको खेलते हुए.
हाँ भाई, बीसीएल का
But the
यार.
thing is, Calvert-Lewin is again, he's a pivot, right? He's that last man who
करेक्ट
plays again off the
करेक्ट
defender.
करेक्ट.
Gordon is someone who will run, like he's a runner for
राइट.
you. Like you put a through ball, he's quick, right? He's basically a winger, but
एग्जैक्टली.
then you can use him as a striker also, which Dominic Calvert-Lewin might not bring to Everton. He brings in that physicality, so offset pieces or poaching in the box. He is
करेक्ट.
very, very good.
हेडर्स वेडर्स विन
But
करके स्कोर
not for
करना.
your darting runs and everything, maybe not. So, which is why, right, if you look at Lampard also, be it at Derby, be it at Chelsea, he's always had a striker or he's always preferred wingers and a striker who are quick because he plays off that. Right? It's a very quick attacking game. So, everyone kind of pushes ahead and attack, but then that leaves your defense open for conceding, which is what his problem has been.
राइट.
करेक्ट मैन, ट्रू दैट. एनीवेज लीड्स के लिए बैड न्यूज़ था भाई कल की. उनका कैप्टन रॉड्रिगो जो इनफॉर्म प्लेयर था वो इंजर होके निकलना पड़ा उसको गेम. सो लीड्स का अभी all of them might be crossing their fingers ki it should not be a serious injury and Rodrigo should be back soon for their games because he's been vital the way that Leeds have started the season.
Totally
So
agree.
देखते हैं कि उनका भी क्या सीन होता है लीड्स का. Anyhow, we are back to your game, Pranav. Chelsea का.
Yes,
It was
sir.
a slender lead. That lead only lasted for 5 minutes, dude. तो क्या सीन ब्रो, मतलब डिफेंसिवली हम लोग ये वीडियो भी स्टार्ट करे इतना बात करते हुए कि मेंडी इनका कम्युनिकेशन का, तू बोल रहा है मेंडी को ड्रॉप करके केपा को एक दो गेम देकर मोटिवेट कराना चाहिए कि मेंडी बक लाइक pulls up his socks and gives better performances after being benched for 1 or 2 games.
So again, this is what I feel. I could be wrong about this, but this is what I feel. Given the past 3 games that he's played a perform, he's again against Leicester. He pulled out some incredible saves. I'm not discounting any of that. He's still a world-class goalkeeper. He is still one of the best keepers in the league, without a doubt.
Correct.
But
True.
last season or even the season before that, we weren't used to seeing Mendy making silly mistakes. Right?
Yes,
If
man. वो
Mendy
जो
used to concede,
लीड्स के अगेंस्ट वो एरनसन वाला गोल जैसा
First goal.
सिली मिस्टेक.
the first goal, right? Even the first goal, the second goal is positioning. So
Correct.
all of that, which is something which you've never seen before, neither last season nor the season before that. So just to kind of, because competition always helps, right, with getting in players. For example, if you have someone who knows that, okay, I cannot be dropped and there is no other option, he will, like, for example, Havertz, right? He's playing rubbish, but he knows that, okay, I'm going to start any which way or anyhow.
Yeah, man, that is bad.
Right.
Correct. So it goes on to again, it goes on to players' heads that, okay, I can't be dropped irrespective of how good or how shit I play. You need that competition in the squad, which is
Correct.
what you see at teams like Liverpool, City, even Arsenal for that matter now, with Aditya. So that's what you see in these teams. You always have someone to replace. I know, for example, like a De Bruyne is undroppable, irrespective whether he's having a good game or a bad game, undroppable. Because for him, it's one moment and he can pull out some magic, right? But
Correct.
let's say a Grealish can always
Yeah,
be
yeah.
replaced by a Bernardo. A Grealish can always be, replaced by a Mahrez. So
They are
there is
always under competition,
competition
bro.
for that is important. So one, it goes on to say that, okay, if you slack off, there is someone waiting on the wings to replace you,
So you
फिर
have to
which
अपन
is
भाई
fight
what
for
खाए
Pep
the
is
अरे
doing
position.
with
भाई,
Grealish.
like I would say a better example than Grealish in our squad would be Riyad Mahrez. Like Riyad Mahrez is a quality player. He never plays bad. मतलब वो हमारे लिए हमेशा vital रहा है हर season में with his
Correct.
contribution. और he is fighting for his place currently. Like started, but he was there to be subbed off, and he didn't like it much. But that's how it is, right? और अगर तू अभी आर्सेनल, लिवरपूल और सिटी का मेंशन किया तो आई वांट टू रियली मेंशन स्पर्स इन कंटेंशन विद द कंपटीशन दे हैव इन द
Yeah,
बेंच. लाइक ह्यूमिन सॉन वाज
Kante.
subbed off this game, the last game that Spurs
Richarlison.
played.
For Richarlison.
तो रिचार्लिसन अंदर
Richarlison.
आया और रिचार्लिसन गिव द असिस्ट. तो वहां पे अभी कंपटीशन बढ़ चुका है ब्रो अटैक पे. और लुकास मोरा अभी इंजर्ड है, ही इज नॉट इवन इन द टीम येट. तो उनका वहां पे अभी वो अटैकिंग स्पेस में देयर इज दैट कंपटीशन. दैट इज व्हाई दे आर प्लेइंग इन दिस वे ब्रो.
So
So
Chelsea का
out
scene
of
मैं बताऊं,
all the teams,
not only Havertz but Mason Mount is also not playing very good. But उसका भी कोई एक ऐसा बैक ऑफ नहीं है कि अगर मेसन माउंट को हम लोग बेंच कर रहे हैं तो उसके बदला
एग्जैक्टली.
किसको खिलाए. मेसन माउंट इज नॉट प्लेइंग रियली गुड. मतलब अभी तक तो 4 गेम्स में मैंने अभी तक उसको अच्छा परफॉर्म करते हुए देखा नहीं है. एक भी गोल इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं है. और मतलब थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम लग रहा है यार मेरे को चेल्सी फ्रंट में. मिड्स तो अभी खैर कोवासिच इंजर्ड है, कांटे इंजर्ड है, हम लोग कुछ बोल नहीं सकते उसमें. बट माउंट और हावर्ट्स दे आर
no, but see,
गुड.
the last time also when we had this conversation, right, that whole problem started in midfield with the creativity. Right,
Right.
Correct.
Kovacic is not fully fit, but yesterday
Not
he
fully
started.
fit yet.
He came in as a sub on the 65th minute. The game before
Correct.
that, he came on as a sub. So he's still some way off, maybe another 2-3 weeks off. But I'm sure he'll get there. Right, Kante is out for 6 weeks, so we can't do anything about that. But playmaking is somewhat of we're at a lack of options right now because we only rely on Mount for that creative outlet. So the pressure, I think, on him is very, very high to perform and come out, with these passes or come out with these through balls,
Yeah.
which he did. In fact, for Sterling last evening, he did make those 2-3 crucial passes, out of which one of them was converted by Sterling, but the remaining two, for some reason, couldn't. So I remember one through ball to Havertz and a couple
Correct.
uh, to Sterling also. So I think for him, there's a lot of pressure on him to perform and come up with that creativity. We need one more player who brings in that little bit of creative outlet.
Maybe
Jorginho will not
इसीलिए
bring that.
maybe इसीलिए ही the Gordon link ups or the Zaha loan link up or whatever जो rumors आ रहे दूसरे, like
And
apart from the
Zaha, I
striker
feel we
link up
should
of
just go for, like,
Aubameyang.
if Zaha is an option, we should just go for Zaha. Play Zaha up
Yeah, like
front, put Sterling in
Rafinha,
one wing.
Rafinha deal also fell through, right? मतलब वो नहीं हो पाया, तो I think Zaha looks like a quick fix के लिए अच्छा fix लगता है यार, कि finally Zaha के लिए भी एक top team के लिए खेलने के लिए हो जाएगा उसके career में, like with
No, not
United
just a
that
quick
never
fix.
happened for him.
I think he could even be a long-term, uh, replacement or a long-term solution because he
3-4
was
seasons, yeah.
so for 3-4 seasons he can be a good plan. We've seen right throughout the years how he's performed at Crystal Palace and how he's led the attack. So for us, he could be the solution. Let's say for the next 3 years, what Aubameyang could be. Let's say for the next 1 maybe 2 years. So
Correct.
that is the
but
difference between the two
द
of them.
साइनिंग ऑफ चेल्सी मेरे को ऐसा लगता है वो काफी इस सीजन बहुत ही गंदा था, क्योंकि बस एक प्लेयर उन्होंने साइन किया जो था स्टर्लिंग, जो एक अटैकिंग प्लेयर था। बाकी सारे डिफेंडर्स उन्होंने साइन किया और किसी को उन्होंने सेल भी नहीं किया, नॉट इवन मार्कस अलोंसो जिसको रियल मैड्रिड या बार्सिलोना जाना था। अलोंसो इज
So
स्टिल देयर।
Alonso, I feel, is going to go. Because Barcelona was his first choice side since day one. So I still feel that he is going to go to Barcelona. That's what the rumors are, or that's what the discussion is. Because we are, I think, very seriously negotiating for Aubameyang, which is what I read and everything. So
Could
I think
happen, could not happen, still don't know. But if the Aubameyang deal happens, Alonso is definitely going to Barcelona. That is what
अच्छा
the
वैसा
whole
बोल रहा है.
this thing is, because you have Chilwell, you have Cucurella now, right? You also
Yes.
have Hary Bale, right? We have a player called Hary Bale, which is
Okay.
who's a player from the academy. He played last season.
Correct.
He played a couple of games, and he's a captain for our youth team.
Lovely ना bro, तो
So we've
इतना
got,
सरप्लस रख के कुछ मतलब भी नहीं है. Alonso might as well
so it
leave.
doesn't make sense, and especially when Tuchel wants wing backs who go ahead but also track back, which has always been a problem with Alonso, right?
हाँ.
Because he goes ahead and then forgets to come back. So there's always a void left behind. But
अरे
in
कोई
terms
नहीं
of
लिया तो भी, अबे कोई नहीं लिया तो भी अगर नॉटिंघम फॉरेस्ट को खबर मिल गया कि मार्कस अलोंसो मार्केट में है, तो उनका भाई वो इनको भी ले लेगा भाई. नॉटिंघम का यार
Nottingham will buy
स्काउट
another
और जो भी
11
है, मेरे को
players.
पता लगाना है यार कैसे वो प्लेयर्स को क्या
एग्जैक्टली भाई,
बता के
मतलब
क्या
मैं
बेच के
इतना
वो
ज्यादा
ला रहा है
इम्प्रेस्ड हूँ
टीम
ना।
में. भाई
रेनाल्ड
रेनान लॉडी आ गया है भाई. रेनान लॉडी आ
यूनाइटेड
गया है
साइन
उनकी
करने
टीम
वाली
में.
थी उसको।
अबे सिटी, हम लोग देख रहे थे जब कुकुरेला हमारा फॉल आउट हो गया था. हम लोग देख रहे थे जब कुकुरेला फॉल
और
आउट हो गया था
लोन पे
bro.
नॉटिंघम फॉरेस्ट ने उसको साइन किया, मतलब हैट्स ऑफ यार, हैट्स ऑफ।
अबे लोन विद अ बाय ऑप्शन, लाइक इन द एंड
हाँ
फॉर जस्ट 30 मिलियन ब्रो. 30 मिलियन में रेनान लॉडी ले रहा है यार. मतलब
तो
सही है यार. क्या बेच के ला रहा है, मेरे को जानना
ऑल
है
इन
कि
भाई,
नॉटिंघम
ऑल
का
इन,
ये क्या
उन्होंने
है.
ऑल इन कर दिया है, अभी उसको रहना है प्रीमियर लीग में।
I think when Newcastle are going all out, they just bought Alexander Isaac
Alexander
for
Isak
60,
ना,
63
yeah,
million.
who was
एग्जैक्ट
Arsenal
70
target in the beginning. 70 million.
70 मिलियन
70 million.
भाई क्रेजी।
वो लोग का वो टू अप टॉप खेलेगा रे, अपना आइसैक और विल्सन साथ में
विल्सन,
खेलेगा और मैक्सिमा विंग पे रहेगा इधर साथ में. तो वो आई
I
थिंक
मैक्सिमा
वो
don't
और
know if
एल्मरॉन।
Almiron वाले पोजीशन पे,
I
एल्मिरॉन
don't
के
know if
पोजीशन
Isaac
पे
is
इधर आ
worth
जाएगा
70
ये.
million, because you all, how much did you all buy Haaland for?
60
60-65 bro, yeah.
60 million, right? No, but the thing with
स्टील
the
डील
Haaland
भाई,
deal
मतलब
was,
सिटी नेक्स्ट लेवल। Probably City is
no,
playing
so
really good in
with
Premier League
Haaland,
और
it was
ऐसा।
a release clause, right? You all had a release
हाँ,
clause
release clause,
with
yeah,
Dortmund, which was 60 million,
yeah.
but you all paid, I think, Ralph Ange Haaland, I think 20 million or 30 million or something like that as broker fee or something like that.
हाँ, but
So
all that is
the
worth it
personal
bro.
listings were
Everything's good
more
in the
than the
hood.
transfer
Everything
fee.
is good in the hood bro. वो सब
And
worth
then
it है भाई
Haaland
उसके लिए.
is on what wages? I don't know what, 400 million, sorry, 400,000, 450,000.
Less, I
I'm
guess.
not sure about the wages, but
I think
इतना
about
450 तो
400,000 is what he is
450 तो
on.
नहीं हो सकता ब्रो, क्योंकि सिटी अपना वो वेज स्लिप नहीं ब्रेक
Wage
करता, क्योंकि
structure.
नहीं तो
He
प्लेयर्स
is
के बीच
definitely
में.
on 400,000 because he's on par with De Bruyne.
Yeah, I was saying not 450. It might be
Maybe
400.
400. Could be 400.
Uh,
But I mean, worth it. Yeah. I mean, absolutely worth it. I wouldn't
but it's for the first
have
time
any
ever हम लोग इतना
complaints.
पहुंचा. I think 350 पे था bro, De Bruyne.
But then I think you all extended his deal, no?
Yeah.
Last season or
I think
something.
अभी फोर्डन भी काफी अच्छे वेज पे है bro.
Yeah, but I mean, the world class players, if you have to keep them happy,
या तो
that's
वो
the.
तो रखना पड़ेगा ना, प्लेयर्स को खुश नहीं रखेगा तो कैसे फिर परफॉर्मेंस नहीं आएगा. हम
And
लोग
they're winning,
अभी
right? It's not like they're not winning something. They're winning, like that. They're contributing day in day out. They're winning games for you. You know, so I don't feel that's a bad option. We had fucking Lukaku at 300,000, 300 or
I think
350,000, and he did
मेरे
fuck
को
all.
ऐसा ऑनेस्टली लगता है कि हालांड 60 मिलियन में सिटी बस इसलिए आया बिकॉज वो सिटी था. सिटी इज प्लेइंग वेरी गुड. चैंपियंस लीग ऑब्वियसली तुम लोग अभी जीत नहीं पाओगे, बट प्रीमियर लीग में तो तुम लोग अच्छा खेल रहे हो. और
भाई ये सही है, तू यूनाइटेड
कोई भी
जर्सी पहन
प्लेयर
के
कोई
मत आ, कुछ मत कर, अर्जेंटीना जर्सी पहन के आ सेफ साइड रहने के लिए,
दिस
और
इज
बोल
फॉर
हम लोग
लिसांड्रो
चैंपियंस लीग नहीं
मार्टिनेज
मारेंगे
यार. कम
करके.
ऑन, बैक टू बैक मैन ऑफ द मैच है यार हमारा. कम ऑन.
Hey, Swami, did you see that picture I sent you
Which one?
on
सीएल वाला
on Twitter? Yeah, you saw that.
कि
Wait,
सीएल
wait,
नहीं
just
जीतते
just
हैं,
for
सीएल
just for the public out there. Look at this, guys. Yes, everyone's gonna challenge. Oh shit! Oh, look at City.
ट्रेडिशनल
ब्रो कोई
बायर्न.
सीन नहीं ब्रो, कोई सीन नहीं, हम लोग ही मारेगा, देख लेना भाई.
नहीं
इट्स
नहीं,
कमिंग सून
तुम
ब्रो,
लोगों
इट्स
का
नहीं,
कमिंग
सबसे
सून.
I
अच्छा
think
चांस था चेल्सी के
next two
अगेंस्ट,
three
वो भी
years.
तुम लोगों ने चोक कर दिया. अभी
नहीं भाई
मुश्किल है
ठीक है
भाई.
ना, एवरीबडी लूजेस देयर फर्स्ट फाइनल यार. फर्स्ट फाइनल इज ऑलवेज द टफ वन, एवरीबडी गोज बैक विद अ लॉस.
नहीं नहीं,
Swami, it was
एक्चुअली
not
एटलीस्ट
that. It
फाइनल में
was
तो
your
पहुंचे हो.
first final ever.
भाई तुम लोग भी फर्स्ट
No, one
फाइनल
sec,
हारे
one
हो,
sec.
चेल्सी भी फर्स्ट फाइनल हारा है, एवरीवन हैज गॉन
No,
थ्रू
no,
दैट
no, no.
रूट. आस्तल
One
भी
sec.
एक ही फाइनल खेला है, आस्तल भी हारा है, तो हम लोग को
एक
भी वो
sec, एक
एक
sec.
लेसन आना था ना
For
कि
a
हार दिखता है
squad,
करके.
for a squad of your quality, who've been overachievers, who've been
एग्जैक्टली.
winning trophies for fun, you cannot come up with the excuse that, oh, it was final blues. Absolutely not. I can understand if a United gets to a final, like in one of these years. Because, I mean, they haven't won anything, so I get it, right? But City, they've been winning the Premier League, they've been winning the Carabao, they've been winning the FA. So, no blues, but honestly, right? Honestly, I'm not trying to boast or anything, but that game, our defense was on some other level. Rudiger, Reece James, Aspie, the blocks that we got in on those last ditch moments, I
Rudiger
know.
bro,
आई
Like, I
गेस
know.
सिल्वा भी खेला था लास्ट फाइनल.
Silva also did. Yeah. He
of course
did.
भाई.
Of course, Silva played, but I remember the Rudiger and the Rudiger, Aspie, and the Reece James
Rudiger
blocks,
bro,
which were goals, which were
Mind.
certain goals.
Rudiger
So
क्वालिटी
it's not that City didn't play well. City played a very, very good game in that final. It was just
नहीं था
that
ब्रो,
those
हमारे हाथ का
last
नहीं
ditch
था, बस
tackles.
क्या बोल सकता है भाई. मतलब आई एम नॉट सेइंग, आई एम नॉट मेकिंग इट एज एन एक्सक्यूज. मैं तो पूरा प्लेप को ही ब्लेम करता हूँ कि ही गॉट हिज टैक्टिक्स रॉन्ग. उसने पूरा ऑल ओवर द
He
प्लेस था.
overthought. He
फर्नांडिनो,
actually overthought.
एग्जैक्टली, फर्नांडिनो को कहीं पे तो खिला रहा है उस गेम में. फिर तेरे पास सर्जियो अग्वेरो जो एक स्ट्राइकर है टीम में यार, क्लब का लेजेंड है, वो फर्स्ट टाइम सीएल खेल रहा है, उसका भी ड्रीम है क्लब के आज जीतना था करके, उसको वो उतार रहा नहीं है स्ट्राइकर पे, उसको बेंच पे रख रहा है. पहले वो हेसुस को अंदर फेंक रहा है rather than throwing अग्वेरो ऑन पिच, और everything was out of place bro. Like he didn't have a striker in the beginning, then he threw Jesus first, then he threw Aguero also on the pitch, and
बट
it
इट्स
just didn't
ओके
add
यार,
up.
एटलीस्ट फाइनल तो खेले.
वही बोल रहा हूँ, फर्स्ट फाइनल वाला एक्सपीरियंस था, सबके लिए सीन था भाई. तुम सबका भी गंदा लॉस था भाई, यूनाइटेड तुम्हारा भी लॉस, ये भाई चेल्सी तुम्हारा तो फर्स्ट लॉस भाई, बहुत ही सैड था यार तुम्हारा भी.
That was heartbreaking because we did everything right. And in
Exactly
that
bro, तो
game,
हमारा भी वही था ना प्रणव. We had a good run, we reached the final after beating good opponents and everything, और हम लोग अच्छा सीजन खेल के having the better team, favorites होके हम
correct.
लोग हार गया था.
भाई तुम लोग
So
लास्ट
it wasn't.
4 या
It
5
just
सीजन
wasn't
से
your night,
फेवरेट्स
like
हो.
I said.
Hey, come
See,
on,
the
that
thing
was
is,
fine. You
Swami,
didn't
the
say.
thing is, I'm not saying that City had a bad game. City had a very, very good game, right? It wasn't a case where they imploded, where you reach a finals and then you just get cold feet. You all played very well,
Yeah.
just wasn't your night that day.
वही
That
बोल
was
रहा हूँ, it
all
wasn't
that
our
happened.
day.
Right? So it was just that, like for example, I like how we played Arsenal in the Europa in 2018, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was implosion. That was proper
Correct.
implosion where Arsenal just
फोड़
broke
दिया
down,
था. हाँ भाई,
right? They just
तोड़
broke down.
दिया
Like
था.
they just developed cold feet in that game. So it wasn't that case. But the one thing I'm really surprised is that Pep has been managing very, very, very strong squads. In Bayern, right, he couldn't win it with Bayern. Against City, he hasn't won anything with City so far. So it's very surprising that in spite of having such strong squads, right, and two top three squads in Europe, or maybe of course the world, not Europe, but top three squads in the world. Like he's played with those kind of players, right? Your Lewandowskis and your Robins and your Ribery's and all those kind of players, and he still couldn't win it. So if he doesn't win a trophy with City in the next couple of years, that's
He
that's
not
going to
win a
be a
trophy.
serious issue.
Trophy का बात नहीं है. Only CL. We are talking only about
यूरोपियन
Champions
ट्रॉफी.
League.
No, just the CL. But
Yeah.
that is that one coveted trophy that every team wants to win, right? You're the best in your country. You know, you've won the Premier League, you won this, everything said and done. But then it also goes on to say that, okay, when you're competing with the top sides in Europe, you implode. Like you cannot make it past the semis or the quarters or whatever it is. So that look really bad on his
True.
CV that in spite of having some of the best squads to play with, he's only and only won it with Barcelona. So that
Bro,
look a little bad. Like I wouldn't want that
African
because he's a
curse है, bro.
phenomenal
African
manager.
curse. Only Yaya Toure can help us.
Oh shit, yeah. talking
अरे
talking
ट्रू
about
भाई,
witch
अभी इतने
doctors, have
टाइम
you heard
से अभी
that
ऐसा
Pogba
चलते आ रहा
story?
है. हम लोग सैड एग्जिट्स देख रहे हैं, सैड लॉसेस देख के जा रहा है. मतलब अभी क्या बोलूं मैं, समझ में नहीं आ रहा है ब्रो.
No,
अभी
but
तो वो
that witch
लाइक
doctor
सर्जियो
story is
अग्युएरो,
unreal.
लास्ट सीजन
सर्जियो
भी तुम
अग्युएरो
लोग
वाज द
भाई
लास्ट.
काफी अच्छा खेल रहे थे, बट रियल मैड्रिड का वो जो फॉर्म था नेक्स्ट
ब्रो
लेवल
वही बोल
यार.
रहा हूँ
फॉर्म
मैं
और
कि वो
लक
भी
आई
वो
गेस,
लास्ट
लक भी
2 मिनट्स
बहुत
में
अच्छा
2
था
गोल
उसका.
खा लेना एंड एवरीथिंग. सिटी में मैं कभी
Dude,
देखा नहीं है
that
बे कि हम लोग
Chelsea game
लास्ट मिनट में
against
2 गोल,
Madrid, oh my
लास्ट मिनट में
god.
2 गोल
I
सब खा रहा है करके. ऐसा इट डजंट हैपन मैन. बट
रियल मैड्रिड पता नहीं क्या हो गया था भाई. रियल मैड्रिड का लक नेक्स्ट लेवल था यार दोनों मैचेस में.
no, no,
सिटी
dude,
दोनों.
fuck City and Madrid. Did you see the Chelsea and the Madrid game? We were 3-0
अरे
up.
ऑफ कोर्स ब्रो, ऑफ
3-0 up.
कोर्स.
And from there we went on to concede 2 goals. And I'm
all.
like, no.
बे
Because
इसलिए
we
ही
did
है बे
everything right
रियल
in that
मैड्रिड.
game.
इसके
We
लिए
did
इसीलिए ही वो
everything
लोग
right in
चैंपियंस
that
लीग
game.
ओपीज है बे. चैंपियंस लीग ओपीज है यार रियल मैड्रिड
15
यार.
है भाई, 15 चैंपियंस लीग में.
ओ
मेरे को तो
भैया
लगता है जब तक
ओपीज
मैं
ब्रो.
जिंदा रहूंगा यूनाइटेड को नहीं देख पाऊंगा 15 जीतते हुए.
नहीं, तू
अरे
एक जीत लिया तो भी काफी है.
अबे देखना यार,
One is
अभी
यूनाइटेड
आ
का
रहा
बोल
है, आ
रहे
रहा है, आ
हैं.
रहा है. नेक्स्ट सीजन से हम लोग आ रहे हैं भाई.
ब्रो तू
क्यों यार?
फिलहाल अभी तेरा बर्थडे है कल, तू फिलहाल होप कर कि यूनाइटेड लेस्टर से विन निकाले अच्छा, और तू जरा हैप्पीली रहे करके. तू चैंपियंस
Jamie Vardy
लीग का नहीं.
hat-trick.
लेट्स
अबे
होप. यू होप फॉर 3 यू होप फॉर 3 विंस इन अ रो नाउ. इतने महीनों बाद, 6-7 महीनों बाद बैक टू बैक विन देखा है पहली बार,
कसम
और
है
इधर
भाई.
सीएल आएगा बोल रहा है.
No, I'll tell you who's going to score tomorrow. Vardy is going to score tomorrow. Madison is going to score tomorrow. 2 people.
Okay.
I don't know
And
about the
what
third,
about
but these 2
Jose
people are
Perez?
definitely
What
going.
about Jose Perez?
आया से
Like Perez won't score. Perez won't score. He might assist or something, but Madison and Vardy, 2
Bro,
people definitely yes. If
bro,
you all
my
concede a free kick, no.
bro,
Khatam.
my money is from the bench. Kelechi Iheanacho scores.
सिटी
हाँ,
बॉय.
ये ना तो बहुत
सिटी बॉय. वो बस भाई सिटी के
Why?
अगेंस्ट
Because he has
मारता है.
scored.
वो बस सिटी
Why?
के
Because
अगेंस्ट
United
मारता है.
against he plays well. He has scored against United while playing for Leicester, while playing for City as well. मैं इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ क्योंकि उसका थोड़ा वो है, सीन अच्छा है United के against खेलने का उसका.
ये ना देख कल.
Well,
Anyhow,
he played well against Chelsea also. The previous game, he played really well against Chelsea as well. ये ना
bro, हमारे against भी Community Shield हम लोग हारे थे. He scored against us भाई.
that
वो
because
मतलब
he
वो
had a
है.
point to prove.
Exactly
That
वो
was a
है.
big fuck you to Pep.
देख अगर रोनाल्डो
Anyhow, guys.
आज कहीं जा नहीं रहा है, मतलब अगर वो स्टे कर रहा है यूनाइटेड में, तो कल तो वो डेफिनेटली स्कोर करने वाला है यार.
भाई
अरे यार,
प्लीज यार,
your Ronaldo
रोनाल्डो
saga
का.
this season, no.
हाँ ब्रो, it's a big debate on all together. I think Ronaldo पे बात करना is like one whole podcast in itself. So anyhow, we had
No,
lots
but
of fun.
I have a
Let's look.
question. Why is no one from your club just standing up for this bullshit and saying what is going on and why these rumors and why so much of debate and everything? Why is no
See,
one talking
अभी
about
अभी
this from
क्या
your
सीन
club
हो गया ना.
and defending it?
See, रोनाल्डो जिस लेवल पे है ना भाई, उसका फैन बेस बोल ले या जो भी उसका फेम है ना, उसके वजह से ना रूमर्स आते ही रहेंगे यार। वो भले ही फेक
ट्रू
रूमर्स
दैट
हो
बट
या
ब्रो,
रियल रूमर्स हो, रूमर्स आते ही
रूमर्स,
रहेंगे।
देख देख
यू
देख
नेवर
देख
नो
देख
कि
रूमर्स आते
अगर
रहेंगे, सही बात है, बट प्रणव आई एम श्योर तू भी शायद यही बात बोलने के लिए इतना ये हो रहा है कि यू माइट हैव आल्सो रेड इट राइट, कि प्लेयर्स जब पता लगा कि रोनाल्डो वांट्स टू
दे
लीव दे वर लाइक
सेलिब्रेटेड।
हैप्पी एंड डांसिंग, दे सेलिब्रेटेड एंड दे सेड लाइक ही इज अ पेन इन द एस करके। भाई मतलब ये मतलब ब्रो, इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ इट्स अ होल पॉडकास्ट, अलग ही पॉडकास्ट है रोनाल्डो पे अगर बात करके लेना है तो, क्योंकि यार ये सीन हमने यूवेंटस में भी देखा था उसका, कि जब वो निकला था, जब द
यूवेंटस सीन
मोमेंट ही
थोड़ा तो
लेफ्ट
था वहां
यूवेंटस,
पे।
सारी टीम ने फिर बताया कि इट वाज अ पेन फॉर अस, मतलब हम हमारे लिए वो एक डाउनग्रेड जैसा हो गया, एवरीथिंग वाज गोइंग अराउंड हिम उसके अकॉर्डिंगली करने के हिसाब से, एंड टीम एज सच और क्लब एज सच वाज डिपिंग डाउन। और शिवांग के साथ हमने एक दूसरे पॉडकास्ट में भी प्रणव बात किया है कि कोई भी प्लेयर क्लब से बड़ा नहीं होता है करके, और
आई
यूनाइटेड
एग्री।
और रोनाल्डो का भी वही प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, ईगो क्लैश वाला सीन, की किसको अभी खुश रखे, क्या चीज फॉरवर्ड
So
करके
that's what I'm
लेके।
surprised, right? That why is no one from your club either standing up for this bullshit or kind of putting him on the spot? Because let's say if you've given your manager, let's say Tanhag, right? You've given him full authority, you've given him power to do that. Right? He should ideally be in a position to just take a call or just openly come out with it. Like I remember Mourinho tried this shit in United, right? And he was sacked. Like that season, he was sacked, and he
करेक्ट।
said a lot of things about a lot of players which no United fan liked, right? And no one in the club liked. But then
सो
2 years later,
राफ
everyone
आल्सो डिड इट।
realized that okay, shit.
राफ ने भी किया लास्ट सीजन, बट सेम कोई भी किसी भी यूनाइटेड फैन को अच्छा नहीं लगा था। बट जितनी भी बातें उसने बोली वो सारी एक्यूरेट थी, एग्जैक्टली सेम थी जो अभी हम लोगों को प्रॉब्लम फेस करना पड़ रहा है उस वजह से। तो
भाई मतलब मेरे को लग रहा है कि टेनहैग को भी मतलब टेनहैग भी, जो प्रणव बोल रहा है कि कोई स्टैंड नहीं ले रहा, कोई ऐसा कुछ बोल क्यों नहीं रहा, आई फील लाइक टेनहैग वो स्टैंड ले रहा है और बोल भी रहा है, बट ही इज डूइंग इट इन अ सटल वे एंड स्मार्ट वे।
एग्जैक्टली।
और उस तरीके से कोई उस पे चढ़ नहीं रहा है कि ये टेनहैग ऐसा कर रहा है, ये करा करके। इनफैक्ट सब लोग ये बोल रहा है कि ही इज डूइंग वेल, ही इज बेंचिंग रोनाल्डो, एंड नाउ नाउ दैट बैक टू बैक विंस आ गया, अब तो कोई उसको क्वेश्चन नहीं कर सकता ना कि तू ऐसा क्यों कर रहा है करके। Why are you not playing Ronaldo? Why are you not doing this? The moment he'll drop points, everyone is gonna get over him. कि ये क्या है? He's another clown, just like Ole. ये वो, you can kill the man, but not the idea. सारे memes आ जाएंगे.
भाई
This that करके।
यूनाइटेड एज अ टीम मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि अगर हम लोग कोई भी एक भी मिस्टेक करते हैं या बैक टू बैक हारते हैं ना, तो कंट्रोवर्सी थोड़ा ज्यादा हो जाती है।
Of course,
और
media favorites हो तुम लोग।
आई डोंट नो भाई, मतलब कुछ भी करो, डहाया परफॉर्म सो वेल लास्ट सीजन, किसी ने उसके बारे में एक बात नहीं किया। उसने एक मिस्टेक किया और सब लोग यार मतलब हर एक कोई डहाया को मतलब क्रिटिसाइज कर रहे हैं
Like
उसको।
that is because of a simple reason that he's created a benchmark already. Like he's raised the bar so high that it's not to be expected from him. So
एग्जैक्टली।
you
Absolutely.
can't really blame it, right? Because for example, you look at that Brentford game and you tell me that it was not called for. Like people who were calling him
मिलेगा ही
out
ना।
and taking a shit, it was not called for. Of course, it was called for. You can't go in a Premier League game and let something slip through your hands. It cannot happen. It just
So
cannot
this
happen.
happened
Like you cannot
this
cover those
happened
mistakes.
one more time. So चेल्सी के साथ ही था शायद एफए कप फाइनल्स। एफए कप फाइनल्स शायद 2018 और 19 आई गेस, उसने सेम मिस्टेक किया था डाया ने। और उसके बाद डीन हैंडरसन आया था टीम में और उसने बैक टू बैक 6-7 मैचेस खेला, बट उसने भी सेम परफॉर्मेंस दिया, तो फिर डाया फिर से आया अपने
वापस आ
पास
गया।
और ही परफॉर्म वेल यार। मतलब अभी भी लास्ट मैच में भी उसने अच्छा ही परफॉर्म किया
साउथहैम्पटन के अगेंस्ट, हाँ भाई मतलब
साउथहैम्पटन
तुम
के
लोग भी
अगेंस्ट।
लकी थे। तुम लोग
लिवरपूल के
लकी थे
अगेंस्ट
कि
भी।
बननेली रह गए, साउथहैम्पटन वो गेम बाद में ओवर पावर कर दिया था, और
एग्जैक्टली हाँ।
चेल्सी के सामने
और
आपने देख लिया कि
ये
साउथहैम्पटन क्या कर
ये मैंने
सकता है।
नहीं बोला अभी, बट साउथहैम्पटन काफी अच्छा खेल रहे हैं लास्ट लास्ट मैच से। तो यूनाइटेड
They
के
are
अगेंस्ट
playing
भी
good,
उसने
bro.
सेकंड हाफ
They
काफी
are looking
मतलब
little
डोमिनेट
settled
किया था।
now.
और चेल्सी के अगेंस्ट तो चेल्सी को हरा ही दिया उसने तो।
Anyhow,
नहीं,
guys, it was
Ralph
really fun talking
Ralph is
about
good.
yesterday's matches. Pranav, we would like to have you sometime soon, and hopefully तभी जब Chelsea winning ways पे होए और not on a losing streak. Last time भी हम
Soon,
लोग लीड्स
soon.
के हारने के बाद बात किया तेरे से, ये टाइम भी हमने तभी बात किया तेरे से जब तुम लोग साउथहैम्पटन से हारा है। Hopefully next time we see you when Chelsea win, and आप लोग भी
Yes,
जो भी देख
for
रहे हो,
sure.
hopefully Chelsea fans जो देख रहे होंगे, hopefully we see any Chelsea fan with us when Chelsea win, so that we get to talk little good stuff about them when things are going right, or what might go right from moving onwards. और ट्रांसफर्स के लिए भी ऑल द बेस्ट टू यू प्रणव, ऑल द बेस्ट टू ऑल द चेल्सी फैंस हु माइट बी व्यूइंग, एंड ऑल द बेस्ट टू ऑल यूनाइटेड फैंस, क्योंकि शिवांक ऑलरेडी सेफ साइड बेट कर आया है कि यूनाइटेड जर्सी पहन के नहीं आया है, क्योंकि उसको डर तो लग रहा है कि लेस्टर कहीं ना दे, क्योंकि लेस्टर को पॉइंट टू प्रूव है, 4 गेम में 1 ही पॉइंट है उनके पास बोर्ड पे, सो दे आर स्ट्रगलिंग फॉर पॉइंट्स, सो इट कैन गो आइदर वेज। मेरे को अभी लग रहा है ऐसा कुछ तो सीन शॉट हो सकता है।
So my prediction is
Vardy and Madison.
ये लाचो
Bonnie and Sancho.
Anyway, आज रात का 5 games are I thinking of tonight. Let's have fun tonight, boys, and see you all. और जो भी आप हमारे साथ देख रहे हो, please subscribe us, like, share, have some banter with all your football friends, and all our social media handles are shared down here. Follow us over there also to stay connected, and see you soon, guys.
See you soon.
Watch football without some banter.
Take care, Swami. See you, Shivank.
Yeah, bye. Bye.